Today we're doing Module 2, Functions, F.IF.1, Level 3, Reteach. Are the following graphs a function? Explain the domain and range. So in order for it to be a function, we have to see if it passes the vertical line test. And we can know if it passes the vertical line test if it only hits the line once. And in this case, I see that it hits it in two places. As long as it hits it in two places, we know it's going to fail. So this one is no, it fails the vertical line test. Now, if we know it's going to be like a closed dot, remember these are like my closed dots. And these brackets are my open dots. So kind of keep that in mind. It goes on forever and ever. So on this case, the lowest end is right here at -2. So I'm going to make that my closed dot, but it has arrows, which means it goes on forever. So I'm going to use the affinity sign. And for the next one, I know that it goes above and below the x and y value for my y. So I'm going to have these brackets with a negative affinity and a positive affinity. Taking a look at the next one. Is this a function? And I'm going to say it is a function. I know it's a function because it's a linear function. It's a straight line. It passes the vertical line test. If I drew a line on there, the black line only hits it in one spot. And this line is a line that has arrows, which means it goes on forever. So it's going to be negative affinity and positive affinity. So it's going on forever in both the x and the y direction. So that's how I got the negative and positive affinity. Taking a look at the next one. Is this a function? So if I drew my line here, I'm going to notice that it passes the vertical line test. So this one is a function. So let's kind of take a look at our domain and range. So the domain is my x value, so the right and the left. It has arrows, so it means it goes on forever in both directions. And I'm going to have my brackets, and then I'm going to have my close dot brackets because it only goes. If you take a look here, it only goes between +1 and -1. So that is where it goes. So it's between those. So it's starting at -1 and 1. It does not go higher than 1 and it doesn't go lower than -1. So this one right here, it fails the vertical line test. It does not pass it at all. So it doesn't pass the vertical line test. We want to know what it is for the domain and range. The range is from here to here. And if I take a look at this, the domain is from -2 to 2. And the range is also from 2 to 2. So -2 to 2. Taking a look at the next page. Does this pass the vertical line test? And it doesn't pass the vertical line test in two places. It doesn't pass here, and it doesn't pass here. So this is a no. It fails the vertical line test. What is my domain, which is my x values? I see that it hits it at -3 and 3. And my y values, there's a little bit more. It hits it, my lowest one is -3. And my next one is 1 and 2. And these, we can just, because we're listing them, we don't need an open or closed bracket. You can just do your little squiggly lines. You don't really need a closed and open bracket on this one. Is this a function? Yes, it is. It passes the vertical line test. So it is a function. Yay! We got a function. So we know it passes the vertical line test. Now keep in mind this is an open dot, so we're going to have the curve, and it starts at -3 and it goes down to a closed dot at 1. And then for the y values, we start at -4, which is a closed dot, and we go all the way up to where it is up here, which is 0, and that's curved because it's an open dot. Is this a function? If I drew my line on here, yes, it does. It passes the vertical line test, so yes, it is a function. This function, there's arrows, it goes from right to left, so we know it's negative infinity to positive infinity for both x and y. Taking a look at the next one. Is this a vertical, is this a function? If I drew my line in here, yes, it is. It is a function. So we know it passes the vertical line test, and we are going to get our x values. Again, it has those arrows, so that means it's negative infinity to positive infinity because it goes on forever and ever. Have a great day. Thanks.